بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على رحمة للعالمين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Alhamdulillah, inshallah, this is another week of going over the divine names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we begin today with the name Al-Wasi'u. Al-Wasi'u, which means the vast, the one who is vast or limitless in his capacity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has no limits to his mercy, his doing good towards us, and forgiving us when we commit wrongs, in blessing us and giving us whatever we need. And he never runs out. His ability to give us does not run out. His tolerance or his mercy towards us and forgiving us never runs out. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also keeps blessing us and blessing us with no end. And despite the wrongs we do, despite the sins that we commit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continues to keep giving us and giving us. لا تزال محسنا. Allah ta'ala never ends or is run out of all of these things that we're mentioning. So this is why he is called Al-Wasi', the one that is vast and limitless, has no limit to these things of his mercy, of giving us blessings, of forgiving us. And yet, despite the fact that we commit wrong actions, Allah Ta'ala always knows the wrong actions that we commit. Allah has knowledge always of the things that we do that is not appropriate, but yet Allah Ta'ala forgives us and also has commanded us not to lose hope. Not to lose hope. And this is from the blessing of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, so He's vast in that. And so simply put, Al-Wasi'u is the one that doesn't run out of any capacity. He's limitless in his capacity, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. The next name is Al-Hakimu. Al-Hakim. And Al-Hakim means the perfectly wise in his knowledge and the actions that Allah Ta'ala does. He has absolute wisdom, absolute knowledge. There is no doubt or uncertainty in his knowledge, nor does it have a limit. And we can't understand that. We really don't know what it means to say that Allah Ta'ala is limitless in his knowledge. We know some things as human beings, and when we think about Allah knows what we know, we think that He's wise in that, right? But that's not what this is. Allah Ta'ala's knowledge is just not possible for us to know what He really knows. He knows everything we all know in this room, and He knows what every creature, every human He ever created, all that they know is absolutely nothing to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Human beings in the time we live in, when they learn one little thing, they get really arrogant. They want to show it off. If you want to talk about the speed of light, if somebody's been studying a lot of physics, they can't wait to tell you how many times you can go around the earth in 1 second of the speed of light, which is basically 7 times around the earth in a single second. And they can tell you that at the speed of light, you can travel 6.4 trillion miles a year, and that it takes about 17 years just to get to the closest star. They're jumping on that. They're so excited, yet what they know is absolutely nothing compared to the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah is not just limitless in His knowledge, but He's also Al-Hakim. He knows what to do in creation. He knows who to give how much to who. Allah knows all of that. And He's absolutely and perfectly wise. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows everything that is going to happen, knows everything that happens in creation, allows it to happen because He's doing it for a purpose and a reason and a wisdom. And He knows it, we don't know it. How can we apply this in our life? Okay guys, how can we apply this in our life? It's very simple. Things happen in our life, sometimes we get frustrated, we can't understand why it's happening. Okay? Things happen, we don't know why it's happening. And we get frustrated, we get upset. Bad things happen sometimes in our life. When you know that Allah is the all-wise, He knows everything why it's happening, When you believe that and know, then you know that you don't know everything. You don't know why that happened. Sometimes a bad thing happens, but from that bad, 20 other good things happen long term, not in that moment. A lot of times something bad happens to us, we get upset, we get frustrated, but 2 years down the line you say, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have done that. Then I wouldn't have got this opportunity to go here or to do this, and I'm glad that happened, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be doing or having what I have. So that's part of how Allah Ta'ala works in the creation, is that, meaning how we understand Allah in the creation is everything that's happening is for a purpose and wisdom. But we're never able to fully know that wisdom. Only Allah is the all-wise who knows every exact thing why it is created. One of the scholars had some things he wrote that I found very beautiful. We're going to just read very quickly. He says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forbid us from doing certain things. He told us not to do certain things of sin, and He allowed us to do other things for wisdom and reason. Allah Ta'ala is the one who gave us the possibility or the ability to obey Him or disobey Him. And He left us, in a sense, to choose whether we want to do good or not. This is an intention that the human being makes, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tests us. He says the test is not to show Allah. This is very beautiful. The test is not to show Allah that you're faithful or you're faithless, that you're a good Muslim or not. That's not the test. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already knew that before He created you. Everybody knows that. This is the famous question. If Allah already knew, then why did He create you? He already knows that. But look what He says. He says, the test is for you and for others so that you know yourself and others may know you. Others may know you. You don't know yourself. You spend a whole life discovering who you are. Some of you in this room are really young and you're wondering, what do you mean who I am? I know who I am. My name is this. I'm this age. What are you talking about? What I mean when I say who you are, I mean how much will you believe in Allah as you get older? How much will you love Allah as you get older? How much do you want to know more about the Messenger of Allah ﷺ as you get older? Will you pick up Harry Potter book after book and read the section after section? Or will you want to read about the Blessed Prophet Muhammad ﷺ more than anybody else? Will you want to read about his beautiful sayings? There's a lot of sayings that is collected of the Prophet ﷺ, general statements that are very good. They're not related to rulings, and they're stuff you can read as you go to sleep, For example, no one believes till you love for others what you love for yourself. Beautiful hadiths like that. Of course, all the hadiths are beautiful, but you can read these as you're going to sleep at night. Right? And there could be the last thing you read is a statement of the Prophet ﷺ. You can do these things, but what I mean is, as you get older, you are going to discover who you truly are. Maybe you're going to be the greatest Muslim saint in history of our time. You don't know that. Some of you, just last year or 2 years ago, you said, who am I? I don't know if I know my Lord. Maybe you weren't even Muslim, or you're going to be Muslim. People don't know where they're at. But in a short while, Allah shows you who you truly are. Right? So some people become Muslim. Some people start learning about Islam. They begin to love Allah so much more. And then in their life, they begin to enjoy life. Everything they do, they start enjoying. When they eat food or drink coffee, as you guys won't drink coffee, but you drink a smoothie, they'll say, Alhamdulillah. You'll start to feel very happy that you have these blessings. And the simplest things will make you happy about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The simplest things will make you happy. Because you understand this world, Allah created us only for us realizing who we are, having the ability to worship and love Allah. Sometimes when we talk about Islam and loving Allah and doing good, some of you in your head, you only think, I gotta pray, I gotta do this, I gotta be good. That's not what I'm talking about. There's other beauties in our religion you have to understand. When you're walking to school in the morning, and all those people are around you, like getting off the bus and walking fast, and it's cold in the morning, and everybody's thinking, I'm young, I'm in 7th, 8th grade, or whatever, I have to go to school, and there's something I gotta do, and you're doing that. Take a minute just to look at the flowers, Look at the trees, look at the clouds, look at the beautiful mountains of Santa Barbara. If you go to the best school, which is La Colina, and you do all of that, as I get some head shaking, I'm just kidding, okay? But the view there is very beautiful of the mountains if you look, okay? So what I'm trying to say is, all of that is part of being a good Muslim and realizing who your Lord is. And looking at the squirrel that comes up, or whatever, you reflect and you say, Ya Allah, you created such beauty. Allah could have put us on Mars and that was our life. Your school, they put like 8 bricks around you, you sat on the ground, and a person came and just talked to you and that's it, and they'd say, you learn, go sit. You sat in another rock on Mars, you never saw the earth. And you sat like this, and for food, they bring you some soft clay and you just ate it and that's it, and that you're done. Allah could have given you that. No, instead you say, do I want poke? Do I want sushi? Do I want curry? Do I want a burger? Do I want fries? Do I want smoothies? Do I want ice cream? Do I want candies? Imagine taking any of those to the people in the Mars description that I told you, and they say, hey, you want to taste this? What do you think they will do when they first taste chocolate? All they've had is like this terrible clay kind of food with no spices, nothing. Most of you won't even eat like a basic oatmeal, basic food without flavor or something, right? Or like food or a snack without sugar or something. You're very used to it and you love it. But do we remember every time to thank Allah and every time to feel appreciative of Allah? That's part of being a good Muslim. That's part of being close to Allah, is thanking Allah. Oh Allah, I love you. This is so good. MashaAllah. So you enjoy it. And you say Bismillah and you thank Allah. Now, so the point I'm trying to say is that you get to know yourself. You get to know how dedicated you truly are to your religion. You know, do you read Quran because your mom and dad tell you, hey, read the Quran, so then you read? Or do you just at times feel, I want to just read a couple of verses. I just want to read it. Feels good. You know? These are the things to think about and the things that will separate. I saw one of you in this room, and I won't say who, and you know who you are. When I came in here and I prayed, and then as I was going, I watched, and somebody in this room was praying one of their prayers, and I said, MashaAllah, that's very good. That's very good. On their own, they pray. That's a very good thing to do. Nobody had to tell them to pray. Somewhere in their heart, they're like, Ya Allah, I love you, and I want to pray. That is very wonderful. And I believe this person that did that prayer, and they know who they are, I believe they're going to be a good Muslim when they grow up. They'll be a very good Muslim. Not regular Muslim. Very, very good Muslim. And I will tell you, if I get to meet you in 10, 15 years, I'll show you that this person will be a very good Muslim, inshallah ta'ala. Going now to inshallah, all of you will be that, but hopefully. Okay? But you're going to make tough decisions to know yourself. So let's go to the next name. The next name is Al-Wadud. And most of our talk is going to be around this name, the blessed name, Al-Wadud. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Maryam, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ سَيَجْعَلُ لَهُمُ الرَّحْمَنُ وُدًّا. Those who believe and do good works, the Rahman, the most compassionate, will show them wudda, which is love. So, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has compassion and mercy towards all of creation. His mercy encompasses everything. But there's a special love that He gives, and He gives it to the righteous. He gives it to the good, pious people. Are we going to say two people are the same? The one who believes in God, loves God, wakes up in the night, prays and makes dua and fasts, and they're hungry in the day. Oh, my stomach hurts. Eat, man. What are you doing? You crazy? Why are you fasting? I love God and I just want to fast for Ramadan. And your friend says, oh, that's terrible. You guys stay hungry all day? That's not never. You should think right away. Oh, yeah. We stay hungry for the sake of God. Have you ever ate food after we break our fast? You've never known. You've never known how good food tastes when you break your fast. Only a Muslim knows how good food tastes when you break your fast. Non-Muslim doesn't know, really. Unless they did fasting for whatever reason, but they really don't know. All of you I know in this room fasted one day or another of your life, inshallah. I believe you did that. When you have your first bite, I'm not talking about the second bite. I'm talking about the first bite. And you put in your mouth. And even that 30 seconds before, how good it feels. That's farhatun. Pleasure, joy. Because even in the hadith it says that a Muslim, when they break their fast, they have two joys, pleasures. One at breaking their fast, what tastes so good, and one when they meet Allah. How beautiful is that? For what? For eating. For eating. God gives us reward, and we experience pleasure and reward for doing what? Eating. Man, that's a beautiful religion. It's a beautiful religion that you get close and elevate in status up in the heavens for eating. But not everybody eats the same. Some people say Bismillah and they eat. And they eat, and in every bite they feel pleasure and they feel gratitude for God giving them that wonderful poke bowl, that wonderful, halibut roll, that wonderful fat cheese pizza on a Friday, whatever it is, whatever you love. Okay? Table in the back. What do you guys love eating? Give me one food you love. You can't wait. What? Ramen noodles. I agree, man. That could be really, really good food. That's true. It's true. Ramen noodles. Okay, I think I might know what you guys will say. You two in the corner? What kind of food would you say? What's your favorite? Anything? That's great. He's not on Mars. Layla, what do you think? What's your favorite, huh? Pizza. Now you sound like my daughter. They love pizza, especially on Friday. Maya, pizza? Pasta? Yeah, I agree. Red sauce or white sauce? Salad? Salad? That's a good girl. That's good. Okay? And you have so many options, right? And Allah blessed us for that. So let's talk about the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's very important. He is the one who loves his good servants. He is the only one who is ultimately worthy of love. You love your mom, no doubt. You love your dad, no doubt. But Allah gave you your mom and your dad. So you should actually love Allah because He gave you that. Right? You love your job. You love your school. But Allah created your school. Allah created the people that made your school. And Allah created your teachers that come there and teach you, and so you love it. All the things that you love are ultimately actually Allah who did all of that. So Allah is the one truly worthy of love. And only Allah is. Although in Islam, another beautiful thing about our religion is you can love homes, you can love family, you can love money, you can love games, you can love skateboarding, you can love all of those things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with loving those things. You can love basketball, you can love the Cleveland Cavaliers, sure, if you want to, okay? Or you can love whatever you want to love. Tennis, all right. But you can love tennis, especially if you're good at it. If you're not good at it, you might like tennis. That first hit you do is tough on the shoulder, and you might not like tennis. Comes at you fast, gotta run here, gotta run there. You might like whatever you like. But notice that what we're told in Islam is love those things, but never love them more than Allah and His Messenger, and striving for His sake. So love all those. Love your parents, love your job, love your school, love all of them, but never put them above Allah and His Messenger. Your first love is Allah, which means what? Love the prayer. You should love to pray more than you love to play tennis or basketball or video games or everything else. When it's prayer time, we demonstrate that love by get up, it's prayer time. Okay, I will. We're not demonstrating it. It's prayer time. Couldn't wait for the prayer. Go pray. Allahu Akbar. And feel happy that Allah didn't make prayer 35 minutes long in the evenings. There's some faiths, they have to pray for a half hour in the evening. Maghrib, you can pray in a minute and 30 seconds. So like, hey, hold up. Allahu Akbar, pray nice Maghrib, go back. 2 minutes later. How beautiful. Allah made it so easy. Allah made it so easy for you to pray 2 rakat, 3 rakats in 2 minutes. Not rushing it totally. Might not read from Baqarah, but you might read Inna A'tainaka al-Kawthar, like short. You're done. And then you say, as a Muslim, did you fulfill what God told you? Yeah, I prayed Maghrib. MashaAllah. Good for you. That's awesome. Simple. Allah didn't make, oh no, you didn't know? We have to pray 8 different prayers. It takes 5 minutes each. That's 40 minutes. That would have been so difficult. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it so easy. So all of the things that we have is what Allah has given us, and we should thank Allah. Now, a couple things. Number one, all that we love is temporary. All that we love is temporary. My coffee that I loved, I drank it. It's gone. It was temporary. Sad. When you eat your food at breaking your fast and you work 2-3 hours, or your mom made it and you smelled it all day, 15 minutes later, it's done. You look at your plate, you're like, oh man, it's finished. You're done. Sometimes wonderful friends you have, awesome friends you meet, you love them so much, they move. They get a different job, you move to a different place. It ends. Unfortunately. Your junior high, you love the friends that you love, you graduate, you move on to another school. Times move on. Your second grade, third grade class you were in, you loved, it's gone. One day your parents, your grandparents, all that you love will leave eventually. Your games, your devices, your homes, your food, everything we love is temporary, and it's not forever, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you love Allah, the love is eternal. And when you love Allah, your love gets kept for eternity. Because you will love Allah in this world, you will also continue to love Allah in the next world. And Allah gives you something so amazing. Allah gives you Jannah, wherein you can worship and love Allah and love others whom you love forever and ever, and it never ever runs out. So if you liked curry so much or a fruit so much, you can sit there and keep eating it for like 5 million years if you want in Jannah. It won't end. It won't end. You keep doing it, that's what you want. You go to the best restaurant in the world, and after 1.5 hours or maybe 2.5, they come to you and say, excuse me, you're done eating. Do you mind if you pay the bill and leave? Because they want new customers. Get out. Nobody's going to come to Jannah and tell you, hey, your time is done. Get out. Alhamdulillah, we know it's forever and ever and ever. So this is the ultimate love that Allah Ta'ala gives us. And therefore, we should love Allah because that love is for eternity, forever and ever and ever. There's an important point he makes, that if we want to be Wadud, and I told you guys a long time ago that every name of Allah also has a connection to us. If we want to be Abdul Wadud, if we want to be the servant of the Wadud, we should love others. We should love for others what we love for ourselves. That's a famous hadith. It's called the Golden Rule. Do unto others as you love to be done to you. Love for others what you love for yourself. Okay, this is the Golden Rule. It means it's applicable in all religions and all beliefs, etc. So now, if you want to be Abdul Wadud, love others. Love for others what you love for yourself. This may be a little bit above some of your age, but some of you understand this. Sayyidina Ali, he said something so amazing. Karamallahu wajhah. He said, if you wish to be loved by your Lord, draw close to those who abandon you. Meaning, if there are people who don't care for you, they abandon you, love them. Okay, love them. Draw close to them. Give to those who are stingy. So if you go out, somebody doesn't even want to buy you a cup of lemonade, okay? And you see that they're stingy, they don't want to spend on you. What you do is, you give to them. Say, hey, here for you. They think to themselves, wow, I didn't even spend $1 on him. Why is he giving me this? He's pretty generous. Do that. Be generous and give. And forgive those who harm you. So if anybody harms you, forgive them. Because by forgiving them, God will forgive you. That's how it works in our religion. You want God to forgive you, forgive others. Those that wrong you, forgive them. Now, another thing about the love, this is very important. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Al-Wadud, He's the one that shows love. He's the one that takes care of us. Now, obviously, Allah loving us is different than how we understand like emotional love. Allah doesn't love us in a way how we understand as human love, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us in a way that He takes care of us and provides for us and helps us, assists us and blesses us with blessings and gives us gifts and increases us in faith and knowledge and grants us good deeds. This is all part of His love. But it's not an exact love like, you know how you love something in your heart, you feel great love towards it, great joy. It's not like that with Allah, of course, because He's not like a human being, right? You all know that, right? Allah's love is not how we understand our love towards one another. It's a different kind of love. It's how Allah, the God Almighty, shows His love to His creation, meaning He takes care of them, assists them, and helps them, etc. There's a beautiful hadith. This hadith is incredibly beautiful, and I want everybody to listen to it. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves a servant, because we're talking about He's Al-Wadud. When He loves the servant, He calls Jibreel, the Archangel Gabriel, Jibreel, and He says, Ya Jibreel, I love so-and-so, so love him. Oh Jibreel, I love so-and-so, so love him or her. And then Jibreel, he comes and makes a call. Oh, you who are in the heavens, Allah loves His servant, so love him too. So He makes a call to all the heavens. Allah loves so-and-so, He commanded me to love him. All of you in these heavens love so-and-so. Wow, it's a pretty big announcement, isn't it? So now that announcement goes to all the angels and all the inhabitants of this lower realm of where we live in our galaxy or our world, etc. And then that all that exists in the heavens love Him. Then the love of that servant is proposed to the creatures of the earth, and they also love Him until His love is spread in the heavens and the earth when Allah loves you. Wow, isn't that amazing? If that's the honor you get, shouldn't we try to love Allah more and more? Because the scholars say, if you want to know if Allah loves you, you can actually find out. There's a test you do. There's a test you do. Listen up, I'm going to give you the test. It's a very valuable test. It's amazing knowledge I'm about to give you. You can actually find out if Allah loves you. You can actually find out. The way you find out is you see how much you love Allah. That's how you know if Allah loves you. If you have amazing love for Allah, it's because Allah loves you that you love Him. No one will ever love Allah if Allah hates them. When we say hate, we don't mean a hate how we understand hate. We mean Allah doesn't accept them. We know Allah is not close to them. We know Allah is not going to reward them in the next world. That's what we mean. And if Allah does not have love for someone, then that He also calls Jibreel. Jibreel calls all the angels, and they call everything on the earth. And that dislike for that person, or that bughd, which is like hatred or dislike, will also spread for that person through the heavens and the earth. We seek refuge in Allah from ghadabillah. وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ غَضَبِ اللَّهِ أعوذ بالله من غضب الله أعوذ بالله من غضب الله ونسأل الله حبه سبحانه وتعالى. We ask Allah for His love. A very beautiful dua to make is, O Allah, I ask for your love and the love of those who love you. O Allah, I ask for your love and the love of those who love you. Loving Allah is the greatest means of attaining salvation and success in the next world. So, some of the scholars said this is one of the most tremendously beautiful names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who shows that love. The next name, Al-Majid. Al-Majid. Al-Majid, this blessed name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, means that Allah ta'ala, it's a combination of magnificence, bestowing of gifts, and being generous, All of these is comprised in the name Al-Majid. And Al-Majid is the one who has perfection, has holiness, and is glorious, and is majestic in the whole of His creation and beyond. So this is like a combination of excellence and highness and majesty and glory. All of that is in this blessed name, Majid. Okay? Majid. And it says that although Allah is closer to His servants than their own soul, He has love and compassion for them that are far greater than their own care for their own self. Allah has more love and care for us and consideration than we have for our own selves. For our own selves. And His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is more caring of the believers of His community. He loves and cares for them more than they love and care for their own selves. More than you care for your own self. I don't think you understood what I just told you, because when you go home tonight, I want you to think about it. That the Prophet ﷺ loves more for you than you love for your own self. And He cares for you more than you care for your own self. So next time somebody says, Allah, your God is not God of love, and your religion doesn't teach about love and mercy, they have no idea what they're talking about. This whole of our religion is about love. It's about acceptance. It's about, being closer to the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and being close to His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Al-Majid is that. So again, going back, Al-Wasi, Al-Hakim, Al-Majid. So we have Al-Wasi, Al-Hakim, Al-Wadud, and Al-Majid. These 4 names for this week. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى